This is your shadow reading. What are you struggling with? You're struggling with shifting your perspective. You're struggling with seeing things from a different point of view. You're struggling with seeing the situation in a different light and surrendering to that possibility. See, we can only see things in our own lives as far as our own personal bias will allow us, as far as our own personal experiences will allow us. If every time someone yells at us, we end up getting hit in our past, in our present, when someone yells at us, we expect to be hit. If we have not healed that past event, we often will view ourselves through a particular lens and refuse to let go of that. Shifting your own perspective about yourself especially, but even about those around you, can be an incredibly difficult thing because you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to do things in a different way. What is the obstacle? You argue with yourself. You battle with yourself. That is the obstacle. You are your own obstacle to shifting your perspective, because there is a little voice in you that keeps pushing you back towards the same old narrative. There is a piece of you that is holding on to your pain so tightly because it fears letting it go, because everything would change. There is a comfort in the pain that we know. There is a comfort in holding on to pain from the past. There is a comfort to seeing the world in the way that you've always seen it. If you notice, I've got all of my red stones here, and they really speak to the root chakra. I pulled these before I pulled the reading, but they really speak to the root chakra of abandonment and holding on to the pain of your past. I would suggest doing some root chakra work. You can find lots of videos on YouTube with tones, such as what I have on in the background now, that specifically apply to your root chakra. There are yoga positions, there are guided meditations, or just carry around a beautiful red rock. How do we overcome this? Release the burden. Release the burden that you are carrying. Let go of the pain that you are holding on to in secret. Many of you are holding on to this burden in secret. And the interesting thing about holding on to a secret, holding on to some pain from your past that you won't share with anyone, it allows us to hold on to a perspective that doesn't allow us to move forward. Because you are not shining light on that pain from your past if you keep it to yourself. When you share it with another person that you trust, they can help you to see it in a different light. Now, they can't shift your perspective. You have to choose to do that. You have to be the one to choose to shift that perspective. But sharing it with someone else can help you to start to see it from a different light, to release the victim mentality, or to let go of what you thought you were doing the right thing, but perhaps it wasn't perceived that way, or whatever perspective shift it is that you're looking for. Release the burden of pain that you carry so that you can move forward and overcome this obstacle. You are beloved, you matter, you are loved.